1840s gathering for a ladies' tea. Now, in the year 1840, one of the biggest events was that Queen Victoria married Prince Albert, and that definitely set the fashion for all things white, floral, and frothy, and that is what inspired my table. Now, we'll be having 4 courses for this light luncheon. We'll begin with soup and then have a meat platter followed by dessert and then a champagne strawberry cordial. Some of the small details that I've made it so that will be memorable for my guests is I have created an album that features fashion plates from the 1840s, as well as Queen Victoria's wedding portrait, and just talking about some of the other events that occurred during the 1840s. And that will give people an overview of this decade. And other objects that I've created is this is the place card holder. And my guests who I met through sewing will enjoy the beeswax base that they can use for thread. And then, of course, it's on an old-fashioned thimble. And after the party, they can add a few more flowers to attach it to their hat, a belt, or any other type of little accent that they would like. Now, guests will have a choice of lemonade, tea, champagne, or water. And some of the other touches that we've added is, of course, fresh berries, which would have been in season during the summer, and beautiful grapes, and just the beginnings of pears. Pears were more found in the fall period, and these are lemon madeleines, which was a popular cookie at the time, as well as a traditional scone with the rock sugar. And of course, you would top your scones with either lemon curd, and again, because it's in season, strawberry jam. And my cow has given us beautiful mounds of cream. I want to talk about the china that's on the table. These are all antique pieces. When Prince Albert married Queen Victoria, Bavarian china became very popular, and this is all various pieces of Bavarian china. This little biscuit jar was given to my great-grandmother by my great-grandfather on their first wedding anniversary. Fun fact, my great-grandmother Emma actually immigrated here from Germany when she was only 16. Some of the other pieces I've collected at estate sales. They feature very soft florals, usually on a white background, but occasionally you will get pieces that feature other brighter florals in purples and blue, but it is most predominantly pink that you will find. And then I do love this soft shade of lavender on this picture. And so the Bavarian china came from the fact that Albert was German, and a fondness for things from his country became very popular during that time. And of course, one of the favorite guests at Buckingham Palace was Queen Victoria's dachshund, which was given to her by Prince Albert, and you might see a visit from our own dachshund Grace in just a little while. So let's go into the kitchen and look at some of the food. So our first guest has arrived, the lovely Miss Dixie of Dixie DIY. And Dixie, I wanted to talk a little bit about your dress. Did you make it?
Yes, I did.
And where did you find the fabric? Because that is just stunning.
The fabric is from MaggieMayFashions.com, I think. Yeah, and the lace is some vintage lace I got at an antique store.
Oh, how wonderful. Now, the pattern, I think you had mentioned that it was a black snail pattern?
Yes, it's one of Black Snail's
I have to come in. That sleeve detail, was that a challenge with all that pleating?
Yes, it was.
Yes. Wow, that is stunning. And are you going to be creating, or have you created a video that talks about the construction of the dress?
Yes, I am, and it should be out by the time that you're seeing this now.
Perfect. I will go ahead and link below to the video, and if you are not following Dixie's channel, you are missing out, because she creates just exquisite costumes and always has beautiful hair and accessories to go with it.
Thank you.
Our second guest has arrived, the beautiful Tiffany of Stitchin Addiction, and you have created a beautiful 1840s dress as well. Can you tell me a little bit about your fabric and pattern?
So I used an Angela Clayton pattern, I cannot remember the name of it, and altered it to look like some inspiration dresses that were in the Met's collection. And my fabric is actually a cotton polyester. But
it's historically adequate and gorgeous.
But it is a blue check. I found a pink check very similar to this pattern, and so of the same size, and so I thought this was perfect.
And will you be featuring this dress on your channel?
Yes, I will be doing a video about the making of how both Laura and I use the same pattern to create different dresses.
Yes, I cannot thank Tiffany enough for her assistance in helping to fit my bodice. It is a little bit tricky for the yoke neckline is fairly wide spaced and I have narrow shoulders. So your assistance with that was invaluable, and thank you so much for attending.
Yes, thank you for hosting. I'm very excited.
And here is our first course. Beautiful, thank you. This is a cream of potato soup, and it is garnished with chives and edible organic flowers. You don't have to eat the flowers, you can set them to the side. And the books, those were created as kind of an 1840s time capsule. In 1840, it actually February 10th, Queen Victoria married Prince Albert, and that really changed, as we know as costumers, monarchy often dictates the fashion, and because her wedding dress was white and she had elaborate lace, ladies really wanted to replicate that look in both their interiors as well as their fashions. So when I was researching on how to dress the table, They often did various layers of white, soft pinks, a lot of tulle to mimic her lace and veils. So the table setting is a reflection of her wedding gown and the craze that continues to this day. Prior to Queen Victoria, you didn't necessarily wear a white wedding gown. And so as you flip through the book, looking at us as costumers and how we're influenced, I included the Countess of Lovelace, who's the daughter of Lord Byron. She is considered to be the first computer programmer, and of course, as YouTubers, most people view on the computer, so we have her to thank, and Samuel B. Morris, The Telegraph, because I know we all do Instagram as well, and how that came to the telephone, which then we are never without when we're Instagramming. And I think all of us appreciated inventor Elias Howe, who patented a very special device in 1846. And I also included what the music of the time was, as well as Tiffany and I both love to read. Two of my favorite novels came out by the Bronte sisters in 1847. And I included the discovery of gold in 1848 at Sutter's Mill. I actually grew up 45 minutes away from Sutter's Mill, so that's well versed in the school field trips to Sutter's Mill. And the Seneca Falls Convention was held in New York in 1848, which was the first women's convention in the United States, and of course a lot of hard labor and many more years before women would get the right to vote. And we end the 1840s with Elizabeth Blackwell, who became the first woman doctor. So I thought that that would be a fun time capsule for you.
Yes.
Aww. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Right.
So your tablecloth size napkins were to ensure that all of your skirt and bodice was covered. So that's why it is the generous size.
Very nice.
And I will not be putting in video of us slurping our soups.
Thank you.
Miss Victoria.
Take little grapes.
Those are tiny grapes.
Thank you. That's what the grapes would have looked like.
Really? How did you find those?
At Central Market.
Oh, Central Market for the win.
Yes.
And then did you candy these oranges yourself?
No, those are Trader Joe's.
Trader Joe's for the win. Yeah, I love Trader Joe's. My husband and I get all our coffee there. Is this beeswax?
Yes, so that's
Oh, the bottom part is?
it's your little take home, and then this is of course an old spool, and then you'll be able to remove the paper portion, add a few more flowers, and clip it to your hat band or your belt.
Wow. It's just genius. I love it.
So,
how did you get these ideas?
So again, doing some research for a ladies' gathering, it was not uncommon to drop stuff on the tablecloth, and it was not uncommon that the hostess would present gifts. You know, it was a special time, and some of the gifts that they would do, thank you so much, is they could do maybe a length of ribbon or an embroidered handkerchief or a small book of sonnets that the guest would then take it home, and when they would use it, they would think of the day in remembrance. And so, you know, it might be a small nosegay of flowers, and it was both fresh and faux flowers that then the lady in attendance could use. So I sort of took those ideas and made them modern, but there's still tokens. Or maybe if they had gone on the grand tour, perhaps they brought their close friends home a piece of lace or something like that. So you would normally have a small gift at each place setting, and then as well as when they got ready to go, there might be a party favor to take with them. So
that's great.
Yeah,
That's so, so you had enough regular clothes.
Yeah, and I was like, well, what else can I make? Because I was like, I don't need anything more right now. Now I need more, but that's
That's how I started my business. I was like, I've so much stuff. My family's tired of stuff. I have enough stuff. Let's start selling it.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, I drink it plain, thank you.
Okay.
So, but you have sewn, both of you ladies have sewn for many years,
yes.
correct? It's like since you were young.
How many years? How old were we?
I mean, I really got into it when I was about 15.
Okay. I was 9.
That's pretty young. Were you sewing clothes at that point, or were you sewing like?
I started with doll clothes, and then, but my mom had a basic curriculum, and I sewed some of my own. Like I sewed my own nightgown. I sewed. My mom used to make us wear bloomers under our dresses. She would make me sew my own bloomers, like that kind of stuff. So like simple clothes for myself. But she really liked me doing the doll clothes because I could use small pieces of fabric with small seams I could rip out if I messed up. It was less trauma. And then, you know, it was just something I could experiment on, and I would make it for like all my sister and my cousins and everything for all their dolls. So, yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 30 years this year.
Wow.
Yeah, I started my business because of that, but then I didn't focus in on the costuming stuff. So I'd always kind of played with like cosplay kind of stuff. Like I did a Chronicles of Narnia cosplay, probably like 10.
What did you do?
I did Lucy's dress from the Prince Caspian movie and stuff. And I always kind of played with it, but I'd never gotten like any accuracy or anything like that. And then I guess you would say probably late 2019 is when I really started looking into like the accuracy and being like, okay. And that's when I started tying it to authors too, and my favorite books. And then it just kind of became like, okay, let's tie everything together. I'm an English teacher. I'm used to analyzing literature and characterizing characters. Let's research the history. Let's put it together with the sewing. So that's great.
Well, I hope you enjoyed our 1840s ladies' tea, and I'd like to thank my friends Dixie and Tiffany for joining me today, and actually these past few months, to have the encouragement and support in doing a very new to me dress era. It was a lot of fun, ladies, and I hope it was fun for you guys too. And Dixie, what is the next project that you're going to tackle?
I think I need to finish the bonnet that was supposed to go with this outfit, and then I'm going to work on a 1920s dress.
That's going to be a lot of fun, so make sure you follow Dixie DIY. I will link to Dixie's channel down below in the description box. And Tiffany, what are some of your upcoming projects that you're working on?
Well, there's too many to mention, but the one I'm actually currently in the middle of that I'll really be focusing on next is a Pride and Prejudice set of dresses and a photo shoot that's going to be with that.
Be still my heart. So make sure you're following Stitching Addiction so you can keep up with all of Tiffany's makes and creates. And again, I will also link down to her channel in the description box below. Thank you so much for making it to the end. I've actually made an extra book that I am giving away. So if you are interested in an 1840s art journal, just hit the like button, subscribe if you'd like to, and leave me a comment. It is from the comments that I will be selecting a winner. And for a second opportunity to win, I made a second book as well, and that is over on my website, Decor to Adore. Again, the link to the page will be in the description box down below, and you can go over there for a second entry. Thank you so much. I did really big cording. You guys did smaller cording.
Yeah. No, I think mine is about the same size as yours.
It was very widely spaced. I do need to make a second petticoat. Can you kind of show us this, Dixie? Okay, so you have a beautiful box pleated.
That's because I couldn't wrangle all of the gathers, and it's also dirty.
Yeah, well, mine is probably dirty.
So I was like, I'm just pleating it.
This is mine.
Oh, that's a nice detail. Beautiful.
I like that.
So I definitely need an outer petticoat. I'm not properly dressed.
Mine isn't starched enough. Not even
Yeah,
starched
I
enough.
didn't starch either, so.
Mine are
Beautiful.
starched from last fall. I haven't done them since then. You can see that the bottom end is dirty.
Yeah.
That's what happens. With them.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'll just safety pin it together before I put it on. And then call it good from there.
Hi, Laura.
Hi,
editing Laura.
I don't think it's on.
It is on. It's recording.
Is it recording?
Yeah.
Sorry.
I wanted us to see why we were.
Do you want this straightened, your bow in the back?
Yes, please.
For your necklace? And then I think you have a little bit of chemise showing right here.
Tuck me in, smooth me.
Yeah, she'll get you. She's hiding under your skirt. You like Dixie's skirt better than you like me, apparently.
Oh, it's got
I'm
it
offended.
made some nice smooth smells, huh?
You were all friendly to me the last couple times I've been here, and then you're gonna do that? How dare you? Oh, okay.
But I'm giving you kisses.
Okay.
And
I'll
I
accept
was
your
a
apology.
good girl. Mommy told me I couldn't beg at the table, and I was a very
You
good
were
girl.
so good.
So she'll get a special cookie. Won't you?
So cool.
Yes, I love you too.